Good morning, my name is Bautrin and I would like to ask you, have you ever bought anything online? Well, I did. I remember the very first time I was pretty young, 15 or so, and I really wanted to buy this pair of checked Vans my teen idol was wearing. Back in those days already, the World Wide Web was kind of a thing to me, and I decided to look those shoes up and would buy them online. But after I had successfully found them, I was just one click away from making them to be mine. There it was. I had to face I couldn't purchase anything without owning a credit card. A few years later I had one. However, I got confronted with other concerns. I struggled with privacy-related issues and nerve-wracking transaction processes, specifying my address, credit card number, expiration date, security code, creating a MasterCard secure code. Oof, what else? I'm annoyed and insecure and I just closed the browser. Indeed, according to the latest statistics provided by Eurostat, almost 60% of European internet users do online shopping. However, despite consumer familiarity with buying online and despite growing global spend, there's destructive force at play, preventing online retailers from reaching their full sales potential: shopping cart abandonment. 67% of all shopping carts are abandoned. One of the major reasons why this is happening concerns payment friction, payment security, and the lack of payment options. People are afraid providing too much personal and sensitive data on the internet. They heard about cases of phishing, data abuse, or they simply do not own a credit card or other online payment services. Well, at this point, it is to wonder why nowadays this market deficiency still exists. I see this weakness as an opportunity for a new business, PayCash, for the Italian market, whose very proposition is it to make it possible for any customer to pay online purchases easily and safely in cash. At the same time, online merchants benefit from reaching a broader customer base, namely those who cannot and do not want to buy online, minimizing shopping cart abandonment and thus raising their conversion. Corporate retailers can increase their customer frequency and might profit from cross-selling. Italy seems to be predestinated for an implementation of this business idea. First, despite the national crisis, Italians tend to buy more and more online, increasing e-commerce sales by about almost 20% annually, with further penetration growth expected. Second, Italy is one of the leading cash economies in Europe. 70% of all Italians do not own a credit card, and 65% are not familiar with online banking. By personal experience, I can really confirm this pattern. I was living in Germany, in Switzerland, and in Italy, and I visited many other European countries. What I can say is Italians are really more habituated and do prefer paying in cash, also reflected in the fewer number of shops and service centers accepting card payments compared to the rest of Europe. Well, let's assume now customer Giorgio, who wants to buy new skiing equipment online. He finds some equipment from an online shop and chooses PayCash as a payment method. Thereupon, Giorgio receives a transaction barcode either to print or as a text message directly on his mobile phone without exposing any of his personal financial data. With this code, Giorgio can go to one of the plenty retail stores that cooperate with PayCash. Giorgio then can find the next retail partner with the store finder on PayCash website or with the PayCash app for a smartphone. The printed barcode is scanned at the cash desk of the retail partner, or the numerical code is given to the cashier, and Giorgio pays his online purchase very easy, right away at the cash desk. The retail partner's cashier system then transmits the payment confirmation in real time to the online shop at which Giorgio has made the order. The online shop is then able to immediately send the order to the defined location without being dependent on any banking processing times of several days. Well, the difference between PayCash and other payment methods is that PayCash is made for everybody, regardless of age and income. Credit cards, for instance, are subject to age and particularly income restrictions. Furthermore, the consumer does not have to provide sensitive data online. Another form of cash payment when purchasing online is paying on delivery. However, it is not very popular amongst consumer and merchants for a good reason. Consignors charge very high fees to the buyer, and merchants often have to wait relatively long for their money to receive. So to conclude, compared to common payment methods such as by credit card, debit cards, online banking, PayPal, cash on delivery, PayCash gains competitive advantage by its striking simplicity of usage, the guarantee of absolute data discretion and security, and efficient and fast transaction processes. So let us now talk about our customer segments and the marketing plan. Who are our customers and how do we induce them to cooperate with us? As Mama described, PayCash refers to 3 different customer segments we want to target and to serve: the online buyer, the web-based merchants, and the retail partners as the interface between buyer and e-commerce. The online buyer is not paying any fees when using PayCash. She contributes to our firm value by defining and shaping our company's image and utility to become a common and well-recognized payment method. The buyer is crucial, as with a higher consumer demand for PayCash, more and more online merchants are likely to cooperate with us. Nevertheless, PayCash has particularly high value for the following consumer-related target groups. On the one hand, it is the safety-aware consumer who has serious concerns providing his personal and financial data online. And on the other hand, the consumer who just cannot use online payment methods because he's not allowed by law, or he just does not meet the required conditions. Those are underage, older, or lower income customers. Teenagers would not be dependent on the credit card of their parents anymore. Nowadays, every second teenager stocks up his pocket money with some student job to afford, for instance, fancy clothes you've seen on Instagram. Another thing is that banks or other providers are unlikely to issue a credit card to university students, employees with low income, or indebted people, excluding them from an e-commerce market. PayCash is a solution for those people to buy online though. Furthermore, we should not underestimate the fact that Italy belongs to one of the European nations with the highest black money share. One of the reasons why Italians mostly pay in cash. But also our consumer segments, the online merchants and retailers benefit from incorporating with PayCash. Given a very low credit card and online banking users penetration in Italy, customers currently cancel the online buying process as if no suitable payment method is offered. Alongside with the distrust towards the security of their personal details, which accounts 20% to shopping cart abandonment, PayCash allows the e-commerce segment to gain those customers and thus increase its conversion. Additional to the revenue-raising potential with PayCash, by reaching a broader customer base, mechanisms to minimize costs are triggered as well. Since the customer is paying for his product before shipping and in cash at one of the retail partners, there are no credit card fraud and chargebacks. Moreover, PayCash informs in real time through the cash system about the in-payment so that the merchant can ship the order quickly and save inventory costs. Compared to credit card providers, PayCash charges only between 1 until 3% of commission fees from the merchant dependent on the customer's purchase amount. We are much more cheaper than credit card providers that charge usually 3 till up to 6%. We would send emails and make direct telephone calls or organizing personal meetings with big potential customers such as Amazon or Zalando to present the PayCash idea, demonstrating the former described opportunities. The retail stores mediates an interface between buyer and online merchants such that it receives the buyer payment and transmits the information to the merchants. How do retailers benefit from operating with PayCash? Well, given the popularity of online shopping with an ongoing growth rate in sales of almost 20% in Italy, PayCash is an effective solution to bring these customers back into your stores. Retailers benefit from a higher customer frequency in their stores, cross-selling potential, and the chance to acquire a completely new customer base that had never put a footstep before in the store and tie those customers to them. PayCash is an opportunity for retailers to boost sales and raise their own profit with no extra cost and effort. The idea is first to cooperate with prevalent retailers that have many branches per city. This makes it easy for the customer to find retailers to pay his purchase without big transportation and moving effort. Second, retailers optimally trade with everyday life products and services to profit from cross-selling. Grocery stores like Carrefour, beauty shops like La Gardenia, bookstores like Feltrinelli, department stores like Coin, and mobile shops like Vodafone meet those criteria and are potential partners for PayCash. Retailers do not have to afford any cost, neither for the installment of the PayCash system into their cash desk, nor during their operational routine. The actual payment transaction between consumer to retailer to e-merchant are realized by a chosen partner bank of PayCash. Our marketing strategy consists of extensive direct and online marketing in the first year after launching, an appealing website providing all necessary information, the possibility of participation by submitting directly through our webpage, and proper contact information is on our priority list. Through social media representation on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, we aim to reach both our targeted internet-active consumers who are experienced in or willing to shop online and companies based on online trade. Through this multi-channel strategy, we feed our customer segments with relevant information and foster word-of-mouth advertising and thus expect increase in market share. Now, let us topic startup expenses and capitalization. PayCash employs in the first year a technical support manager and one support employee, one for marketing and public relations manager, and 2 personnel for general administration. We estimate personnel expenses of €168,000 in the startup, employing 5 employees, including 3 manager and 2 support staff. As revenue increase, we expect also personnel significantly to increase. Capital expenditures and inventory include resources for the PayCash software, the integration of our system in retail stores, and general office equipment. Assuming only one partner retailer who runs approximately 1,000 branches, integration costs of €200,000 are estimated. The optimal number of retail partnerships with 3,000 branches in Italy are estimated to require €500,000. Costs for office equipment of about €20,000 are calculated. Furthermore, overhead expenses for research and development amount of approximately €60,000. In total, we estimate startup expenses to range between €430,000 and €730,000. Starting capital is planned to be funded by about 80% with bank funds and 20% through own paid-in capital investment. Next, we want to present the financial plan, which identifies revenue streams and ongoing costs and forecasts net cash flows and profits. We estimate our monthly revenue break even at 25,000 euro based on the assumption that fixed monthly costs are 22,000 euro and variable costs 3,000 euro. Underlying assumptions are a constant Italian economy and a growing e-commerce market. Furthermore, we assume that there are no unforeseen changes in technology. In 2014, online sales in Italy were 4.33 billion euro, assuming to reach online merchants contributing to 10% of these sales and 15% of their customers to use PayCash as a payment method. We expect to generate around 160,000 euro sales in the first year, assuming a commission rate of 2%, which implies net cost of 141,000 euro. However, given the 90% growth rate of online sales in Italy, we also expect to reach at least 20% of sales shares and 18% of customer using PayCash in the next few years with growing popularity, and respectively in a 30% increase in costs, so that we forecast revenues of 636,000 euro and a net profit of approximately 246,000 euro on our income statement in the third year of operation. Well, to sum everything up, PayCash is profitable for all parties involved and has high potential to become a standardized payment method. Thank you for your attention.